The Boss and the Sauce Show.
Boss and the Sauce Show.
Boss and the Sauce Show.
Boss and the Sauce Show. Here we go.
What up? What up? What up, though? We're back live again. Week 6. Thank everybody for following us on this journey as we go throughout these games each week, live and direct from I don't know where. Big Ragu, how you feeling today?
Hey, I'm doing great. How's it going out in Cali? I'm up here in Meta, Georgia, with my friend Jimmy Vegas. Out here in a beautiful, beautiful ranch he's got up here. He invited my family up here. We're up here with friends, Avery, AT, NC 33 sneaking in the background, peeking in. But yeah, I mean, we're up here in Georgia, beautiful country. You know, we're excited about the games we're going to talk about, and have a little special guest to pop on, talk about the Georgia game before we kick off later on tonight. But yeah, I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I'm doing great here, man. Cali's heating up a little bit for some weird reason, but it's okay. We're going to survive this one. But excited for today's game. It's week 6. We got real stats now. We got stuff we can look at and rely on at this point. So now it's time for your capping to kick in, ladies and gentlemen. That's when you got to start crunching the numbers along with the intuitions, along with the looks, along with everything. You got to put all your moves together and do a little dance. You know what I'm saying? So I'm ready to dance this Saturday. We got some Red River rivalry coming up. We got some great games this weekend. The card's a little low. There's a lot of teams on a bye and all that good stuff. A few teams coming back from a bye, but it's okay. We're going to make our way through this one. I'm almost ready to just shoot off, Big Ragu. But before we shoot off, let's bring in our guest. He's been here time and time again, cashing with us. You guys know him by now. It's our guy, Wine Time. How you feeling today, Wine Time?
What up, fellas? What up, chat? Hey, I'm doing good over here, man. Like you said, Cali's been heating up a little bit. Kind of weird in October, but shit, it's like 74, 75 right now. It's been nice.
Hey, good old San Diego guys. You know, they just
well,
Orange County, San Diego, but you know our beach cities. They just chilling in the 70 right now, but it's all good. I'm in the beach city too, so I don't know what it is, but it was kind of hot yesterday. But anyways, last week I didn't do so well. I believe on the show I counted it up. I thought I was 2-4, but I looked back at my paperwork. It looked like I was 2-3. But anyways, I'm still here. I survived. I'm back for some more. But my man Big Ragu been on fire. If you don't follow Big Ragu, it's time to tap in because he's a Twitter guy that gives out all of his plays, you know, all transparency, everything legit, clear where you can read it, everything. So
yeah, when I remember to push the button, I do, but I try wholeheartedly to put the plays out there as quick as I can when I can. But yeah, yesterday 4-2, last week 4-2 with the two unit plays at cash. So just a little under 4 units last weekend.
There we go. So right before we boost off, let me give a quick shout out to the chat. My man Nate Dog 420 in here. Oh, I see we got more people watching than in the chat. Y'all feel free to jump in that chat, ask questions. Don't be shy. We don't bite, especially through the computer stream. So make sure y'all jump in with us and meet our chat too. Got some very great cappers that are in our chat. It's hanging over here, Who-Bangin, Boss and the Sauce. It's experience, okay? It's experience. It's not just something to do. But let's jump right into the first game right here. Straight to the Red River rivalry. Neutral site right here. First game in the morning, Oklahoma versus Texas. Texas was minus 6.5 earlier. The over and under is at 60.5, which has remained at 60.5, but that Texas is down to about 5. So people are coming in on Oklahoma big time right here. I'm going to give the stage to Big Ragu. You got anything on this one?
Oh, absolutely. This is one I always like to talk about this game year in, year out. We've seen a lot of different scenarios play out over the years, but now things have kind of settled down with Venables and Sarkisian. You know, He's increasing his tenure over there. Both teams are undefeated, right? So this is a historic matchup for years and years and years. I'm not going to spew a whole lot of nonsense on this one, but basically what you got here, you got two quarterbacks that are playing really good football. Gabriel, he's airing it out. The knock on Oklahoma was, they've always tried to strive for a defense. We figured early on with Venables they would do that. In year one, not so much. This year, their defense has shown up. I mean, this team's 5-0 with 5 covers, 2-0 in conference, as Texas is too. Texas 3-2 with the spread. I look for a high-scoring affair here, even though, Oak's defense has kind of stepped up. But I'm not crazy about when I say high-scoring, I say 30s, high 20s, low 30s, both teams, either way. But I'm not on the total, but I am on the side. I think Oklahoma's in this spot in this time of the season, even though they came out with the bigger win, Texas. I think Oklahoma is rolling right now, and I like them to win the game. So I'm going to sprinkle a little bit on the money line with Oklahoma, and I'm going to say they cover that number pretty easy.
Okay, go for it, Wine Time.
Man, bigger good. That was a great breakdown right there, man. Couldn't have said it better myself. Thankfully, I'm on the same side as you, my guy. I got in a couple of days ago at the +6. I see it's already down to +5 right now. Which means that I think Vegas is kind of wanting more Texas money. We got about 75% of the tickets on Texas right now. To me, that's a red flag. I took the points with +6. I don't know if I would take the +5 still. I did sprinkle the money line, but I think I got in good at the +6. I think Dylan Gabriel can go toe-to-toe here with Texas. I think it's going to be an offensive game. I didn't take the over, but I definitely lean towards the over as well.
This could be an over.
I'm on Oklahoma +6, yeah.
Last possession type of game. They're not going to score in every drive, but there'll be points scored.
I think this comes down to the last possession of the game. Whoever has the ball last, whoever kicks that field goal, it's going to be a good one. I'm really looking forward to this game, honestly. I got all day off today to just watch college football, so I'm stoked.
Okay. So let me throw my 2 cents in. So on each game today, I believe I should have 5 points on the games. Not taking 5 points. So first point on this one is in the coaching battle. I'm going to give the coaching battle to Sarkisian. He's been around. He's played in more big games. Venables still jumping out the water and finding his way to being a head coach. And then in this one, the Texas definitely wins in the trenches. I think Texas is built a little bigger, a little stronger, and they win the trenches in this one. And strength of schedule. I think obviously Texas played Alabama. They have the strength of schedule there. But on the other hand, Oklahoma hasn't played such quality player yet. So I don't know how Venables' defense is going to react to that. But I mean, I'm on the side of Oklahoma and their defense. I believe the defense is why the offense gets more opportunities to score, and that's why they look like a scoring genius when maybe they're not, and maybe they're really rooted off of that defense because that's what Venables is here for. Also, a third down. So this was one of the deciding factors. Texas way better on third down. On defense, Texas is giving up 20% on third down and 50% in the red zone. And on offense, they're 54% on third down. So that means this is a psychological advantage when your team believes in the system. That's when you get a higher third down percentage. So I think Texas is really that team this year. Overall, they're getting ready to make this transition. They trying to, put their foot down right here. And, just talent-wise, they're building it up to go over to the SEC, and they're built decent enough now to compete at a high level and actually win this game by a large margin. So I'm taking Texas in this one. I got them at -5. So 2-1 on this one, but it is what it is. Let me see what y'all got in the chat. Shout out to my man Pooh Dangles in the house and my man Nate Dogg, Nick Dillard. But let's jump all into the next game right here. UCLA and Washington State. UCLA is -3.5. The over-under is 59 at the beautiful Rose Bowl, Pasadena. It's going to be nice and humid over there right in the middle of the day. It's going to be some hot weather out there. I'm off this game right here. I really like UCLA's defense and Washington State. They've been playing some really good ball, but we had conference play this week, so some things just go back to being how they are in this college football traditions and stuff like that. But I'm off this game. Big Ragu, you got something on UCLA, Washington State?
Yeah, I've been all over these Pac-12 totals so far this year. I think I'm hitting at a real high clip so far, and then I kind of dove into this one a little bit more. I know, UCLA's defense, they've been surprisingly good this year. Washington State, they're moving the ball up and down the field, and their defense can show up a time or two also. But I don't think this is going to be one where UCLA is going to get in a defensive scrum, because there's going to be points here. They're going to try to slow Washington State down here, but I think there's going to be points on both sides. 3-1 versus 4-0. I'm really amazed how the quality of the quarterbacks have stepped up in the Pac-12 this year. I mean, they probably got in the grouping, I would say they probably have the top quarterbacks right now as a conference. But I think points are going to come here. I think that number is a little low for that for both sides. I think we see both teams clip the 30s, and puts me on I wouldn't say an easy over, but I think UCLA probably comes out on top, and maybe look at a Washington State team total over too. It's sitting at I think 27. I think they climb 30 here. So I lean the total with Washington State over, but I like the full game over as a whole.
Now, you got to wear this jacket now, Wine Tie. It's official as of this show. You are our UCLA expert. Just like I got to be the Mountain West guy, you got to be UCLA expert. So go ahead, put that jacket on and feel nice and warm, and let us know what you're doing in this UCLA game.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm on UCLA here. I got in at the -3. I paid a little juice. I got -117. I wanted to get in on the 3, though. I didn't want the 3.5. I think this is going to be a really good game. UCLA's defensive line is, in my opinion, probably the best in the Pac-12. They've really showed up in that Utah game, man. That environment was just so hostile for Dante Moore, being an 18-year-old kid out there. I was at that game, man. You couldn't hear anything. Everyone was screaming at that kid, man. Like, he had a lot of pressure on him. You know what I mean? I think he got it under his belt. He had a bye week to kind of, smooth things out in practice and stuff. Settle it down, and I think UCLA comes out and wins this game. I think the Lions maker made this UCLA as a favorite for a reason, even though they're a non-ranked team going against, I think, the 13th team in the nation. I think Vegas knows something we don't about this Bruins offense. I think they're going to finally step up in this game. I don't see this Washington State front stopping our run game either. Got those two-headed monsters in Carson Steele and James Harden, man. And those guys, they can really run the ball down your throat, man. I think they're both averaging about 6 yards a carry. They didn't really do too much against Utah, but no one's really done too much in the run game against Utah this year, so I'm not too worried about that. Oregon State had no trouble running the ball against this Washington State front. I don't think UCLA does either. I think UCLA wins this game by about 3 to 6 points. I got in on the -3. But, yeah, I think UCLA wins this game pretty comfortably.
I like it. I love it. Let's keep the show going. Next game up, Alabama, Texas A&M. I talked a little bit about this show yesterday. About this game on the show yesterday. I don't know. It's just not – to whatever side you on, Harry, it's just not worth it to risk it. I think it's better plays on the board right here. It's a real weird game. I'm not just running up on Saban and justifying – that he's, I guess they're trying to say Saban's a bum now. Everybody got his number, so I'm not gonna run the Texas A&M because it feels good to try to stump out Saban at this time. I'm gonna respect that guy and leave this game alone. So how you guys gonna do this?
Go ahead, Juan. Don, you go.
Yeah, I actually don't have a play on this game as of right now. I was kind of leaning towards Texas A&M. I'm not gonna lie. This Alabama team hasn't impressed me too much this year at all. I don't think Saban has the team that he did a couple years ago. I don't think he has the quarterback. I think Texas A&M can easily win this game at home. It's going to be a hostile environment there. And again, this is just so weird that Texas A&M is not ranked and they're the favorite in this one, and the line just keeps going down and down. A lot of people are betting Alabama. I've been seeing people betting Alabama everywhere. I'm gonna do my due diligence and not bet this game.
Yeah, it might be a buy. I mean, it's a buy low on Alabama on one side, and if you really believe in what Fisher got going at Texas A&M, it's a great spot for them at home as well. So give us a pick, Big Ragu, because we didn't want the smoke. We didn't want the smoke.
Well, where the smoke, there's fire, right? So here's a little bit of fire for you. All right, so Bama, after that loss to Texas early on, their defense has really stepped up in a big way. But like Juan Tom was saying, the questions at quarterback, and that was a game where Milroe, he got benched the next week, and they brought the kid from Notre Dame to transfer, put him in. They went through 3 quarterbacks that game, and they're still trying to find their look, and then they bring Milroe back. So defensively speaking, Alabama is really, really sound. There's no question about that. A&M, they've had their offensive struggles over the years, and I think they're starting to put a little bit of offense back up. Jimbo's, all them recruits that he's got, they're starting to get some experience now. They had the number 1 recruiting class last year. So by this time next year, they should be on top, I think, in the division. But today's today, and I think the wrong team's favorite here. I think even though we're catching a few points with A&M here, I wouldn't be afraid to sprinkle a little bit here, take them on the money line. But this is a make or break for both teams in the West. Whoever wins this game legitimately is probably going to move on to take the SEC down, I think, in the West. That's just my personal opinion. But Bama, if they lose here, their national championship hopes are out the window. A&M, they've been sleepy. I look for them to take the game. And I think it's going to be a defensive scrum. I think it's going to be like a lower 40s. I lean under at the same time too. But I think it's a field goal type game. I think A&M wins probably like 23-20 or 24-21, something like that.
There it is. You heard it right here first on the Boss and the Sauce. Big Ragu justifies this Texas A&M for those in the chat on Texas A&M. And we got somebody in there on Bama, but let's keep it moving. Next game, Virginia Tech and FSU. I'm not sure what Big Ragu's gonna pick, but I'm not sure yet.
I'm not a fanboy, but yeah, I'm on FSU. I'm not crazy about the number. I'm sure they have a whole week, with that week off, plenty of time to rejuvenate. I'm glad they not skated, but they got through the games that they did, with the bye. They could have lost that BC game, which they deserved to lose that one. But, they got through that. That was their wake-up call, per se. I know they're ticked down a little bit in the national rankings, sitting at 5 right now. So, and they want to kind of stay ahead of the curve, so they want to show offensively where they belong. If they have a weakness, I would say it'd be in the secondary. But, 4-0, 3-1 with the spread. Virginia Tech, they 2-3 with spread, 1-0 in conference. So no one of these teams is going to lose a conference game today. I don't think Florida State's going to lose the game, but I got my numbers have Florida State coming out on top, probably high 30s to high teens on this game here. So it's going to be tricky with the number. I'm not probably going to get to the window with it, but I had to talk about it because they're coming off the bye. But I want to see how they how this bye, how they freshened up a little bit. And Virginia Tech, they might be a little sleepy, but they're playing at Doak, and it's a bigger number. So I'm not going to be on the side, but I would definitely lean Florida State here. Maybe a first half look for Florida State.
First half look for Florida State. You got anything on this one, Wine Time?
You know what? Actually, now that it brings up that first half, I actually do kind of like that in this one. I don't know what it's at right now. I don't have it in front of me, but I would definitely lean Florida State in this one. I think they blow the doors off these guys in this one. I like this Florida State team. I personally didn't bet this game. I have nothing in this one, but I like the Florida State first half side for sure.
Yeah. All good right here. Well, let's keep it rolling, man. Next up, Bowling Green, Miami, Ohio. Somebody trying to brush up their MAC skills as the MACtion comes in action on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, all type of good football all week. Time to sharpen up your swords on your small conference play because you're gonna get the itch. You're gonna get the itch on Wednesdays and Tuesdays when these games come on. Bowling Green, Miami, Ohio. Miami, Ohio is a 10-point favorite in this one. After Bowling Green had a good performance a few weeks back, and the over/under is 44.5. Somebody's gonna be playing defense in this game. I'm not sure. I don't usually take unders in these games, but what do you feel about this one, Big Ragu?
This is I was surprised how many unders I was put on in the MAC. Usually the MAC games are games we want to bet like on a Wednesday, Thursday. Now we got a bunch of MAC games today on Saturday. But the Red Hawks offense is pretty nice. Bowling Green, they're still trying to figure out. They're still putting up 20 plus points a game, but their defense is a little lackadaisical. They're allowing like just under 30. I think this is low hanging fruit here on the total side. I mean, I'm looking at all the MAC games, and this one at 44.5, they're basically telling me that they don't think Bowling Green's going to put some points up because they've given up like 9 picks versus 5 touchdowns. And Connor Bazelak, transferred over there, and they've been having a trio of quarterbacks. But I think today's a day where they could put some points on the board against Miami O. And Miami O is definitely putting some points up here. So this is like the only MAC game that put me on an over here. I mean, at 44.5, sign me up for that, brother. I think it goes way over that. I think we see mid-50s here at least.
So we going over
the total on this one.
45.5 for Big Ragu in this one. I'm pretty sure my man Weinstein. I don't know if you own this one right here. You got anything to say on this one?
Hey, I actually do have a play in this game. It's going to be on the. I actually did. I gave it out on Twitter too. Actually,
Nice.
I got in on Bowling Green +9. I see that they're down to +8 now. I wish I would have got in on the 10 a couple days ago. I just think that this is going to be a one-score game either way. I'm going to take the 8 points. I think Bowling Green can easily win this game. Honestly, it's going to be an interesting one. The total is really low, so it does kind of concern me. I do think it's going to be a low-scoring affair. I don't have a play on the total, but I do have a play on Bowling Green +9, and I like that it went down to +8. Yeah, Bowling Green, man.
Nice. I'm not on this game, but right here at Boston the Sauce, man, you get some quality stuff out of anywhere.
Action.
So let's keep it rolling. Texas State, Louisiana, big spot right here, kind of for both teams as we come out of conference play. I mean, we come out of the non-conference play and then the conference play. These games mean something here. These teams were moving around a little earlier. In this one, Louisiana's -2.5. Over under is 68.5. This is going to be a fight at Cajun Field, Lafayette, Louisiana. You got something on this one, Weinstein?
I do not have anything on this one, gentlemen. I wish I did.
Let's hand it over to my guy, Big Ragu. Let him know your breakdown on this one, Big Ragu.
Yeah, so basically you got Texas State 4-1 with the number. Louisiana 3-2, 1-4 with the number, right? Here's a 1-4 team. But if you look at that total, you're looking at 68.5. And they played some pretty good games, Texas State. Louisiana, they're struggling. They've always struggled against the number. But I think this type of game here, I mean, we're looking at, Texas State's putting up like 42 points a game. Louisiana scoring about 39 points a game. So it's going to – and the number's set. And UL, like they like to be called Louisiana. Some people call them UL Lafayette. Don't call them that. They don't like that. But anyways, Louisiana, the points are going to come. Finley – He's got over almost 1,500 yards with 10 TDs. So I like the over here as high as it is, but in particular, I like the the Louisiana team total over 34. I think they're the ones who are going to come out on top. They're favored. If you look at the number, it's 2.5 with Lafayette favored. They're favored for the reason they think that they're going to come away with it. And I think this line opened up at -0.5 early on. So the momentum's on their side. The bigger bets are on their side, and that puts me on the side for the points too. So I'm not going to lay the number, the -110, -115, but I will take the -105 on the 34 team total over.
Team total over 34 for Big Red.
It's a lot of points.
It is a lot of points, and I'm gonna tell you. Even though I see a lot of looks and I love money and all that stuff, but I'm sick of waiting on teams to hit 30. Sometimes it takes a little while because some of these guys are second half teams. So some of these over and under, you got to expect 30. But then, you got some games they scoring almost 70 points in the first half. But
I think they definitely played the tougher schedule. They played Minnesota last out, where they put up 24. But everything before that, 45, 41, 31, 38. So, and, after that tough game with Minnesota, at Minnesota, they get to come back to Louisiana where they beat Buffalo pretty handily there. I say handily, 45-38. So, and they were, but they didn't cover. See, they didn't cover. Like I say, you only have one cover on the season. So this is a game they cover and win. It goes over.
There it is right there. Let's keep it rolling. Next one up, I'm back in this fire right here, the controversial Colorado team, as they settle down to play Arizona State in some normal Pac-12 play. I'm sure the media spotlight will be on this one again. Colorado's a 4-point favorite in this one, so on the road, which is good for them. Over and under is 59.5. They're going to be at 100-degree heat out in Tempe, Arizona. Definitely Arizona State's advantage to play. Let me go straight into my 5 points on this one. In this one, we got 2 first-year coach straight off the top. 2 first-year coach. Pick your choice. Which one you going to take? I'm going to leave that up to you. Next, it's going to be an opportunity right here for these first-time coaches to get their first conference win right here in this game. So it's a great opportunity on both sides. Pick your choice again. Next, I feel Colorado's way better in the red zone on offense and defense, as they're scoring 100% in the red zone on offense, and they're only giving up 68% on defense. Defense wins games at the end of the day. Colorado's defense, I mean, if you really look at these guys, they're Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. These guys can play over 70. They can play under 40. They kind of adjust to what's going on in the game. So I'm not going to get too far into the total right here. And this is a first even matchup, like I said, for Colorado right here. So I think they have the slight advantage. They like to score. I don't think the number is a big deal in between whatever's going to happen, because they're high scoring. Deion's a show off. They're trying to, win by 60 if they can. So I'm going Colorado -4. Back in the smoke, back in the media, social media highlight, NIL age, crazy that's going on nowadays. But I feel it's a money opportunity. I mean, Arizona State has shown some promise. You can't just judge Arizona State off of USC, because after USC, they still losing to other teams as well. So even though they did have a great performance in the USC game, this line probably should be a little higher for Colorado. I think Colorado wins by 7 to 10 points. Put me down for Colorado. Anybody else on this game right here?
No, I don't have a dog in the fight, but I think that number looks. Here we go again, talking totals and overs, right? That number does look a little low for that type of game there, but they're expecting some back and forth, obviously, right, because of Colorado's defense. But yeah, I think it bodes well too. I lean over here again. I hate to keep saying overs, but yeah, this one definitely has the overlook to it. So, but I don't have a side.
Yeah,
I definitely lean the Colorado on this one. I don't have a play on this one. I definitely lean the Colorado side. I think the offense looked pretty damn good against USC last week. I know USC's defense isn't anything to write home about, but I do think Colorado wins this game. It's a very winnable game for them. I don't see how they don't win this game, honestly.
Yeah, I think that point is really low. I think that should have been a little higher than that, but I don't think it's trap bait or whatever. But I'm with it. I'm back on this. It jumped off the page a little bit. So I'm going to go with the Roddy prime time. Well, let me get my prime time shades on for this one. Next up, the big game, Notre Dame at Louisville. This is backward because it's Louisville at Notre Dame, to my knowledge. I know this didn't switch up on me. Is Notre Dame back on the road today?
I think it's in Louisville.
Is it Louisville?
I thought it was at Notre Dame.
Let me see.
Double check that.
I might just be throwing myself off. Oh no, it is at Louisville. It is at
Yeah,
Louisville.
it's at Louisville.
I don't know where I got switched around and thought it was in Notre Dame, but if it's in Louisville, that's even better for me in this one because my man Marcus Freeman has been doing pretty good on the road with this one. Notre Dame 2-0 ATS is away favorite. Notre Dame definitely in this game wins the trenches on both sides of the ball, offense and defense. Notre Dame wins the third down battle in this one as well with Hartman. Hartman still hasn't had Hartman Day. I'm waiting on Hartman Day to hit us. That's what's going to catapult him into the Heisman conversation. I'm pretty sure they know this, but I mean, they do have a game plan. They're not trying to think for him to get accolades, but at some point, Hartman, you gotta jump out and show him what you got. Louisville, first test right here. This is the best opponent that they've played so far. Even though they're doing great, they're 5-0. Yeah, Louisville's 5-0. Notre Dame's 5-1. Louisville does good. Let's see, on defense, they're holding teams to 40% on third down, 78% in the red zone, but they're bleeding up passing yards. So this is the opportunity for Hartman to throw the ball down the field. Notre Dame played the tougher schedule in this one. Notre Dame has won 8 of the last 9 on the road. Notre Dame is like 7-1 playing ACC teams. I could go on and on about Notre Dame. This line to me, I thought it would have been shot up to 7.5 by now, but I think it's a low number for Notre Dame. Obviously, Marcus likes to kick ass on the roads because on the road that's where he scores the most. He gets me every time with the total on the road. Even though they played such great defense last week, that 54 number looks low. It looks like this Louisville actually has a pretty good defense opposed to being this high power offense thing that they've been in the past. So we got a different look from Louisville, but the look ain't that solid considering the strength of schedule that they played prior to this. So it's a good spot for Notre Dame. I think a lot of the people are jumping on Louisville because they looking at Notre Dame playing USC next week, and I mean, if you're gonna take it for that, if you're gonna say, oh, this is gonna be a look pass for Notre Dame, whatever, and you're gonna take you're gonna take Louisville plus the points. Well, do the same thing with USC. That's all I gotta say. But Notre Dame minus 6.5 for me. Anybody jumping on this big ND game with me?
It ought to be a good one. I mean, if you look at what Louisville's done, they've been in a quite a few one-score games. So, and I know Brom's done a nice job with with the team, kind of getting the team, playing in games, situational type football. Plummer's been, doing pretty good, putting the ball downfield. So basically, 13-10 versus NC State last week. They got out of that one, and Indiana a couple weeks before that, 21-14. And then early on, Georgia Tech in a shootout, 39-34. So they're either playing up or down to their opponent's level, I would say. So do they do anything differently here to battle Notre Dame? So far, 5-0 is impressive regardless who you played, So I think it's going to be a good football game, a quality game. You think Notre Dame wants to go whip some ass? I mean, it'd be a good spot for them to do it and give Louisville their first defeat here. But I think it's going to be a decent game. I really do. I think Brom's has got a well-coached bunch here. And you know what Notre Dame does? They live in the trenches, right? So, and then Hartman's one of my favorite quarterbacks in college football. He's always been. So I think that he's the difference maker in the game for me. So maybe is he a touchdown difference? I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. I think Sam Hartman is the difference in this one. He was the difference in the game last week when it was 4th and 15 and he went for that QB run and then scored immediately after that. I was unfortunately on Duke in that one. I thought I had Duke money line. You know what I mean? That was a good game, and I think Notre Dame can easily win this game by 7 points. Louisville hasn't faced anyone this year. The teams they have faced, they've just barely been squeaking out of these games. Give them credit though; they're 5-0. I believe they played a lot more games at home than on the road, if I'm positive. But Jack Plummer's been playing pretty well, but I just think this is a big step up in competition. And I think, like you said, in the trenches, I think Notre Dame's got them there. I think Notre Dame wins this game comfortably, and they just keep it rolling, man.
Yeah, if they get 2 turnovers plus 2 turnovers, they cover that number easy here. But if Louisville takes care of the football, then it'd be tough. But I don't hate the spot Notre Dame. Like you said, the question mark who they played up. But it's a top 25 game. They crept in the top 25, and Notre Dame sitting at 10, so they want to up their stock. So they want a convincing win today for sure. Notre Dame does.
I might throw a little something on that later on in the day, depending on how these morning bets go. I might follow you on that, DJ, because I do like that look.
Yeah, and the defense over there at Notre Dame, that's a work of art. That's a work of art right there. As hungry as that defense is, they're holding teams at 28% on third down, 75% in the red zone. So let's go, ND. Next up, Fresno State, Wyoming. 5 o'clock game out here. Fresno State's -6. The over-under is 44. This just may be my 2-unit play of the day.
Uh-oh.
I like this one a lot. So, my 5 points. Craig Boyle only beat Fresno State 1 time in his last 6 meetings since 2014. Wyoming has covered ATS 1 out of 6 times since 2014. So the only time Boise has covered and won was the same game. So they only had 1 great game back in 2014 versus Fresno State with Jeff Tefford, because Tefford been there a long time. He did let it go away for a while, but he's very familiar with Craig Boyle and his whole tenure here. So Boise got issues on offense. I don't believe in Peasley. They do have this running back, number 4. He's a good guy. He can hurt me, but I think they know that. It's going to be his 3rd game back off an injury. He played really well in the last game, so I'm pretty sure Fresno State's going to tee in on that. And Fresno State has the best defense that they had in a long time. They're ranked number 17 right now. That'll probably slip down some as the season goes, but right now they're ranked number 17. They have 14 sacks. These guys are doing tremendous right here, Fresno State. This will be a great road conference win for Fresno State, as I think Fresno State will take the Mountain West unless they slip up somewhere. But right now, they look like they got it in cruise control. And like I said, the Fresno State defense has been the best. Let me go over something real quick. I'm going to give you the last 3 games since 2018. Craig Boyle, Jeff Tefford. Fresno State at home. Fresno State wins 27-13, a 17.5-point favorite, covers. 2021, Fresno State away won 17-0. Fresno State was a -3 favorite. Fresno State at home, 2022, 30-0. Fresno State was a -14 favorite in that one. We got a small number on this one, and I'm jumping all over it. I think there's a great misconception. It's got to be an algorithm or something that's giving Wyoming the benefit of the doubt in there. Wyoming's defense is not even as good as it's been in the past. The offense is not even as good as it's been in the past. Yet and still, they're ranking them to be this team. Some of those games, they got some lucky breaks so far to have the record that they have. But I don't believe in Peasley in the long term, and it starts today. Fresno State, 2-unit play, -6. That's where I'm at. Anybody else on that?
No, I don't have anything. Like you said, to reiterate Fresno's D, I think they win the 3rd down battles on both sides of the ball here, from what I looked at. And more or less, I think it's a buy. I'm going to say buy low spot, but it seems like they should win by margin here in this spot. I think they're at least a touchdown better. That's a lean for me. I'll probably tell you on this spot. I like the breakdown and the 3rd downs. I think the Wyoming has they'll give up yardage, so they'll give them opportunities. But the trench battle here is definitely going to be won by Fresno, and they'll be able to move the ball up and down the field too. So I like that look.
Yeah, I faded Wyoming last week with New Mexico State. With New Mexico. And that was another look at just basically Danny Gonzalez has had Craig Boyle's number for so many years. And here we go. Same situation right here with Jeff Tefford over Wyoming. Wyoming's not going to do nothing different. They're we do what we do, and we do it either well or we don't do it as well, and we lose. So they're not going to do nothing different. It's going to be the same situation. Fresno State, on the other hand, they are, they're a high end team, so they work on things, they change stuff up, they come in with new stuff all the time. So that's what we're looking at today in that game. You got any last words on that one, Wine Time?
Hey, that's another great breakdown, DJ, honestly. I like that Fresno State team, too. I don't have anything in this game. I'm going to give you guys a different play in a different game. We're going to go the Vandy, Florida game. I got the under 52 minus 115. I see it's already down to 51. We got 15% of bets, 30% of money on the under. Keeps going down. Vegas wants more of the money. I think this is going to be a very slow-paced game between Florida and Vanderbilt. I see this game going way under 52. I see this game more at like a 45. This is my biggest play of the day. It's a 2-unit. So Florida Vanderbilt under 52.
Under 52, 2-unit play of the day for Wine Time. Y'all heard it right here first. Make sure y'all go follow Wine Time. I got one more quick game, and this is one of those games that kind of set with me too long. And I'm not sure if I mean, it's a late game, so if I get to it, it'll be because I had a good day. I don't think I'm gonna break the bank to jump on this one. I'm pretty sure nobody's on this game right here. San Jose State versus Boise. It's another game that goes back a little bit traditional with Brenner and Andy Avalos. Andy Avalos offense and with Green, the backup quarterback, they don't know what they want to do with the quarterback situation. Halani is still injured. Halani, their winning percentage with Halani is very high. And he still hasn't been there, and the offense is still struggle. Even though they got a good Gentry, they got a good running back. I mean, he may be NFL bound, but he just can't carry the load by himself, or he just doesn't have that up boost that Halani gives him. So the offense has been struggling over here at Boise State. They go against a Brenner, San Diego State, 3 covers, 3-0 on the ATS in the last 3 meetings of these. This is the lowest total in the last 3 against these two. It was 54. All the other ones were. This one was 54, but now all the others were 60 plus. Cadero, the quarterback from San Jose State, he's so explosive. He's just one of those guys. So you can never count that guy out. He's a playmaker. He can cause that defense some trouble at any time. This is the worst defense that Boise had in a while, and that's crazy because Andy Avalos is actually more of a defensive guy. The number is just too high for an offense that's just kind of unsettled right now for Boise State. Like, there's too many dicks and dings on the Boise State offensive side for me to allow 9.5 points to go to the wayside. So I like San Jose State plus the 9. Brennan is 3-3 off a bye week. That doesn't really mean much, but San Jose State is coming off a bye, going up to Boise with a chance to start some conference play, and I like San Jose plus 9.5. Y'all got anything on this before I bring in a couple gusts that we got today? We're just gonna kind of open up for a couple picks. We got our guy Ramon coming with some probably FCS and stuff. Y'all got anything on this game right here?
No, and no. I expect maybe a little better effort out of San Jose today with Cordero. I mean, they got talent. It just hasn't equated on the field in the wins loss columns for them. So I think they're a better football team than what their record shows. So
absolutely.
Maybe what do you think about the points, real quick?
On the points on the over and under in that one, I got over it because in the past it's been way high in the past, so it should.
I agree with that.
High. So, and you got a mobile quarterback like Cadero that can make plays. That always extends the points. So
their defense is not that good, San Jose, but I think their offense is up to the task. So points.
Right. Well, let me get our guys in here. We got another 15, 20 minutes to burn. I got to get out of here a little early today, but I appreciate Wine Time hanging in with us. Of course, Big Ragu, I always appreciate you showing up for me today, Big Ragu. But let's bring in these guys. My guy Ramon, y'all seen him on here before. Y'all know where to follow him. He does Tony Picks every day. Dedicated guy to the sport. How you feeling today, Ramon?
Well, can I give an endorsement? I've been demoted to the FCS coverage apparently, but I'm proud to be on this show. But if you guys were looking for one, I like that total over tonight. I think when San Jose and Boise, yeah, I think Boise gets there. But the spread is just the pressure of now getting close to double digits. It's getting a little hot under the collar when you got a San Jose team that probably can. It's going to be right there. I've got to think 7 to 10 points, but I just think over in that one, whatever it is, 58, 50. I think it was as high as 59 and a half. So maybe consider it some value.
Yep. And let me bring in our other guy. This guy right here, I truly trust this guy right here with his knowledge and everything of college football and stuff. And another one from local. We got a lot of Cali on this show today. We got a lot of California going on. Right here with my man Moose Money Bets.
Oh,
Hey,
yes!
Go follow this
Where you
guy.
been? Somebody dragged you out of the woods, Moose.
Yeah, man, it's a little early. Usually my Saturdays are
Too long,
sleep-in
brother.
time. But
I don't want to waste anybody. I was going to see if I could talk 30 seconds with Moose about some San Diego County football results last night that caught my attention, but I don't want to bore everybody.
No, go right ahead.
Oh, dude, I'm all ears. I would
No,
love to hear.
come on. This is a college football show. My comment, my only thing else, one sentence is that Moose is that this is between Moose and I. Nobody's going to care. Losses last night certainly by Mission Hills and La Costa Canyon opens the door for Helix and Granite Hills, both those teams, to make the open division no matter what happens on the final night of the season when those two teams meet off that 4 overtime rematch last season in the season finale for the league championship. Granite Hills and Helix both to the open division, unless it's just a wipeout, which it will not be.
Yeah, I mean, I knew Mission Hills, which was supposed to be one of the best teams in the county. They were going to have their struggles this year when they could not get past an Oceanside team that really had nothing that was going for it. The new coach that has been struggling with, getting their offense implemented. I was in the trenches on that one. So not too surprising that Mission Hills has had a little bit of struggle here, but San Diego football has surprisingly got some guys on the radar. Marcus Allen back in the day, Reggie Bush back in the day, Alex Smith back in the day. So it's not the Texas prototype, but it certainly has got some talent out here, Ramon. It's definitely got some talent down here.
Well, I'll leave it at that. Let's get back to college. But I will say, Big Boss, the California scene. He mentioned Reggie and Alex. Alex was at the Helix game last night. I'm a Highlander, so I know about those guys.
Hey, I follow Lincoln out there in San Diego.
Yeah.
Number one with an asterisk. I mean, it's between two teams, actually. The two teams I'm describing are number 3 and 4. But number one, Carlsbad with Julian Sayin, the Alabama prospect, and Lincoln, of course, with Achilles Smith Jr., who's trying to steal that Player of the Year vote away from Julian Sayin. It's going to come down to the big championship game between those two teams. Hey, that's ESPN worthy.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's up, man.
Thanks, guys.
love it.
So give us a couple FCS for today, and then we'll have Moose let us know what kind of action he's on for today. And
Okay, I didn't want to. Yeah, I'm at high school. I've got FC. Man, I mean, I feel like I don't go on here. Everybody's done videos, right?
We got some Pop Warner coming in too.
I got the lines are just coming. You know what? No one does FC. Well, the thing I like about FCS is I've got one screen on ESPN Plus, and I just roll through the FCS games on that screen because they all kind of end, But I got a few games. Okay, Virginia. Look, I think a lot of people are going to be on William and Mary. It's a in-state game. These two teams are so familiar with each other. William and Mary's one of the best teams certainly in FCS. But Virginia, we know all the struggles they've had. They're looking for a win. They are laying a hook here at 7.5. I think most people are going to be on William and Mary, but I'm going to take Virginia today and lay 7.5. They need it so bad. They're at home. They'll get there. It's going to be probably pretty exciting, this game. Virginia needs a victory so bad. Brown +9 over Rhode Island. This is a trophy game between these two. Sounds like a better hockey game, I think, right, guys? But Rhode Island's won the last 4 straight, but again, Brown's probably playing as well as they have been. They're 3-2. Rhode Island's 2-1, and 9 points would only get you half the last 10 games in a cover. But for the Governor Cup game, give me Brown +9 Presbyterian at home over Stetson. Presby, their first home game in a month. They're 2-2. This is a Pioneer game. I follow this. Moose knows. I mean, I follow Pioneer more closely than others with USD, so I like Presby here. They're 8-2 in the series, nearly a toss-up game, and they're revenging last year off a 42-21 loss to the Hatters, and Stetson's already 0-2 in the Pioneer. Georgetown and Penn's my last one. Last year there was 87 points scored in the game. This total opened 43. It's now 40. I don't know much about the. I know as much as I can handicap these games with numbers and everything, but I'm going under. I mean, Georgetown upset Fordham last week in like their biggest win in like a decade or more, big conference game win, and Penn is off of an overtime loss to Dartmouth. So I'm going under 40. 4 picks, FCS. Thanks, guys.
There it is. Moose Money Bets. In case some of our viewers ain't never, heard you or whatever, drop them a couple picks for the day, man. Let them know what you do, and give us some controversy we could talk about.
I mean, I don't know if I have any controversy other than, I heard you on San Jose State. I am on the other side. I do like Boise today. The big thing is when San Jose State has had to stop the run, they have not done it, like, at all. And my best bet in that game would be Gentry over rushing yards, but none of the books I have are offering that because California, for whatever goddamn reason, will not allow sports booking, which is just stupid and ridiculous. So I'm going to let that rant go to the side. I'm going to put that rant over here. I'm going to allow that for a different day.
I'm with you.
One of the worst votes ever in sports betting history. 18% on one bill. What was it on the other, Moose? 14%.
It was
what
so
an
low.
Embarrassment.
Yeah, it
Go
was
ahead,
like,
sorry.
You find certain things that bring the aisles together. Democrats, Republicans. How is sportsbook one of the things that both sides, conservative and liberals, like no, you do not have that. You are not allowed to use the sportsbook. It's like what the fuck? Like, come on. We all know how to control our vices. We all know how to handle them.
Tribes rule. You know that.
Yeah,
Hey,
I know.
You gotta hear Big Ragu's take on that because
I'm in Florida and we got gambling casinos everywhere, just like you guys, and all the nonsense. But you know what? We still find ways. But like you said, it is what it's going to be. So
yeah,
one day.
So I don't get the Gentry rough prop.
Tell them the story, Big Ragu, about how y'all had sports betting for one day.
Oh yeah, we did. We had it for about a week, and then they shut it down. Well, this is going to be a precedent case for everybody, though. If it goes through, it got upheld recently, so they're supposed to bring it back. But it's all about being on Indian reservation and considered sovereign land, and then the feds kind of stepped in on that one to kind of determine if it's truly state property. It's all about it's all a technical thing with the servers and all that stuff. So basically, if this case gets opened back up in Florida, then that'll clear the way for all the other reservation sports books across the country.
Yeah, it would be nice. I mean, I feel like everybody that is in this gambling community that you've got here on Who-Bangin and other places, it's pretty manageable. You don't see those people out there like, I'm going to put my house on this one. I'm putting a house on Alabama first half. You don't see people doing that really, there are some mortgage bets out there. I think there's a famous mortgage bet that I've heard in the past. But for the most part, I think everybody can safely say if it's an addiction you have, then it's an addiction you're going to have to battle. And those of us that do not have that, it is very sad that we do not have the luxury of being able to go on DraftKings or go to a sports book or anything like that. Because I would love to go to the Golden Acorn, which I moved kind of close by. Ramon, I think you kind of know the one I'm talking about. Yeah, just right there off the 8. And I would love to have that, like every Saturday, just go there, have a little 5-5-5 prime rib, watch some sports book action, but it doesn't happen. But anyways, back to the college football scene, because I could go on this rant for a while.
I've dealt at 3 East County casinos.
Yeah, I would love to be able to go to one of them, just one. Just give me one of them. Just say this is the designated sports book. I don't care where it is. You can put it in San Ysidro. You can put it up there in Oceanside. I would go to both. I will travel. I will move for that. But anyways, back to some of my picks. Some of the ones that I really like today, one of the ones that I really got on would be North Texas team total. I really like them. I've been watching these Navy games, and it is shocking how many tackles Navy misses. I mean, it is just consistently missed tackles from a group that you expect to be really disciplined and have good form tackling, but they don't. I mean, they go for ankles all the time, and North Texas can move the ball, and Navy has allowed a lot of points this year. So I do like the North Texas team total over 13.5 first half, and I do like them to get 28 or more points in the full game. That's one of my better bets. That's one of the bets that I saw. I was like, yeah, absolutely. If I was kind of like wine time, throwing multiple units on things, this would be a multiple unit play, but I'm not to the point where I feel comfortable making certain wagers have bigger value than others. That's just kind of my standard. And one of the other ones is Iowa and Purdue under. McNamara out. Purdue does have issues with stopping mobile quarterbacks. It's going to be interesting to see what Iowa does in terms of replacing McNamara, because last week, if anything is like what it was last week, Iowa's going to struggle to score points. And if Purdue is able to keep the game low, I do not think that that they're going to be able to score a lot of points in that one. It's a low total, but sometimes when the line is low, it's low for a reason. So I do like the Iowa Purdue under.
Hey, I'm with you on that one too. I kind of like Iowa as well. I mean, McNamara is just a name, bro. He wasn't doing much anyway over there it ain't like Iowa's offense turned around. It's the same Iowa offense we've seen for the last 10 years. And that's what we're going to get today on the field, no matter who's back there playing quarterback. So I think that's a good chance to buy low on Iowa. With that recency bias stuff right there.
Yeah.
But, I like your spot with the under too, because they correlate. Like if that's going to happen, it's going to take more time for it to develop. It's going to be more defense. Fact of the matter is they're not going to be able to score much on Iowa. So I like that. I like that look right there.
Yeah. And the other issue that I was looking at was if McNamara was playing, Purdue against mobile quarterbacks has been horrific. I mean, I remember Schrader when Syracuse went into Purdue, and it was quarterback scramble after quarterback scramble. I mean, it was like 20-yard chunks at a time. That's the only thing that McNamara really has going for him. And that's where I think a lot of bettors, when they looked at the line, go, oh, dude, Cade McNamara is just going to absolutely run all over him. Because I agree. I think he is an overblown prospect that got hyped up in the transfer portal way too much when there were way better quarterbacks that were moving around. Now, on the other side, Hudson Card, he's a legit guy, and he can throw the ball around, but he has not looked good with those young receivers over at Purdue. I think Purdue is in the lower percentile of drop passes and missed connections. I don't expect that to improve at all against the Iowa defense that is very stingy against the pass.
Absolutely. You got any other picks for today?
I mean, I got a ton, but I don't think I have enough time to go through. I am a volume guy. I am on TCU against Iowa State. That's another one that I do like. Another one I also like, I mentioned this last night on Nerd Nation or Nerd Talk, is Rice. I do like Rice quite a bit against UConn.
How about Rice laying points for a change, huh?
What's that?
I said, how about Rice starting to lay points for a change?
Yeah, it's not surprising. When you have a guy like JT Daniels back there, it's going to start shifting some lines. But Jim Mora, everybody this year was, myself included, I am part of this, was big on Jim Mora being able to kind of start, making the UConn Huskies go in the right direction for football-wise. And I just have not seen it. They make too many mistakes. They still are not able to make third down conversions. I believe they rank 101 in the NCAA with their third down conversion. So the things that you'd expect a well-coached team to do, they're not doing those things at all. And versus Rice, their defense has actually played pretty well over the last few weeks. They haven't allowed more than, I believe, 24 points in the last 3 weeks. And if you're getting into conference play, I'm going to take the team that's going hot. I'm going to take the team that's playing better defense with the best quarterback in that conference.
Nice, man. We got to get this together sometime during the week before we get to the window and have some of these conversations. This is a great group of college football cappers. It's hard to find nowadays. So many cappers be like, I don't do college football. It's great to have some guys to chit chat about this stuff, and we could go on and on and on and on and on and on and on. But we're gonna have to put something together in a week when everybody's available, so we can talk some of these games. I don't have much more on this one, and I gotta go take the kids to their games today. I can't be late for that, so I gotta wrap it up.
Let's give a best bet before we get out of here.
Let's roll around the best bet. Good idea.
Read me for last.
All right, so let's start with myself, and then we're gonna go to Moose, and we're gonna go around to Big Ragu. So first, my 2 unit has to be it. That's Fresno State. This game is just so many numbers go into Fresno State. So my best bet is Fresno State today. Minus, I think it's 6 now, whatever it is. Take it. They're gonna win by 10.
Man,
Bruce?
that was the game I was gonna go to, because that was a game where when I was capping it, I just kept on making bets. I was like, all right, I love the under here. It's gone under in their last 4 meetings. Click. Man, I like Fresno State. I really like Fresno State first half. So that'd be mine. Is Fresno State first half. Wyoming has struggled in the first half. Fresno State is one of the top scoring offenses in the first half. They average about 20.7 points in the first half. So that would be mine, piggybacking. But other than that, I'll skip. I'll go to another way. Ole Miss. I do like Ole Miss against Arkansas as well.
There we go. Ole Miss against Arkansas. Now, give us one. Raymond does a show every morning. He knows the card, the front side, the back side, and the FCS. Give us one of those best bets, because I'll show you.
Oh yeah, of course. Well, I mean, my best pick. I'm a paid tout. That's why they won't let me on any of these other shows, I think. But nonetheless, but how about that game that Moose was just talking about? I knew he was talking about Rice and their defense, but they're playing Connecticut here. Come on, Rice going to they're going to put up a number, I would think, on them. Connecticut's got some pretty bad numbers, especially as a dog, against this type of competition here when they go out of conference. So I would think that they're going to run it up here. And I think it ends up going over that, 49 or so. I'll call 49 or 50 at least. I'll go over in Connecticut and Rice.
Over in Connecticut and Rice. That's an interesting look right there. I guess, is that like a bum fight? But I think it qualifies for a bum fight.
No, I mean, look, I came on high school FCS. You're right. I should have just picked one of those marquee matches.
No.
And everybody's beating into the ground all week.
But bum fights are good here. We endorse bum fights. I'm not saying it's a bad pick or bad game. We endorse bum fights around here, but I like it.
If I ever come back, I'm going marquee matchup.
Exactly. How's it go? How about you, Wine?
All right. Yeah, guys, so I did give out that Vanderbilt, Florida under 52, but I'm going to give you guys another look. I'm going to look to that Maryland, Ohio State game here. Tipping off here. They're kicking off in about 30 minutes. I got the under 57 in that one. It's down to 56.5. I'll still take the under in that.
There we go.
Oh, yeah.
Now, for Big Ragu.
Ready? All right.
Yeah.
I'm up here in Georgia, farmland. God's country up here. Now, these guys tell me this is the lock of the year. They're tired of hearing about the soft schedule. They're tired of hearing about the no covers. Well, today, Lee Corso style, baby, we're going to be riding with the Georgia Bulldogs to cover the number. But there's a caveat here, guys. We want you to buy the hook down to 14. So do that.
Let's go.
Even money first half, minus 7.5.
Oh, that's
my
awesome.
Friend Avery, my friend Jimmy Vegas, they're hosting us today. Kudos to these guys. So Georgia's the play today for us.
Go Dogs.
Great. Go Dogs.
Robbie got a production crew. I fucking love
there
it.
We go.
Out there.
He got the chat in the background today, because those guys are usually in the chat. So, yeah, we got the chat in the background.
I want to hang out.
Make sure everybody gets to the window with something on the Bulldogs Day. From us at the Boston the Sauce to all y'all. Quick review of our picks today. I got Wine Time down for Oklahoma +6, UCLA -3, Bowling Green +9, and Vandy, Florida under. Those are ones that I can remember to get in. So if you watch the show, there's a couple more in there. Big Ragu, I got him down Oklahoma +6, UCLA Washington over 59, Texas A&M +2, Bowling Green Miami over 44.5. UL team total over 34, and the Bulldogs buying down the hook to 14. And as for myself, I'm on Texas, the other side of everybody else. I got a -5, Colorado -4, big badass ND -7, Fresno State -5.5, and San Jose State +9.5. I'm confident of it again, even though it was sitting on my plate too long. I almost let it go when it got cold. But those are our picks for the show, man. Great group of cappers. Wonderful week of college football. I hope to have all you guys back soon. And we locked Noli Nose in for next week. That's a treat. So make sure you come back here next week and see our guy Noli Knows live in action with some unders. Anybody got anything else to say? Moose, let them know where they can find you at. The whole thing. Let's go back around. Y'all already know who I am. Go for it, Moose.
Yeah, I mean, more than anything, I don't really try to plug myself anymore because I got some other, I got the teaching side going on in my life. So I'd like to just take the time to appreciate everybody in the chat. Ixnizzle out there, Noli knows, one of the OGs, one of the best out there in the business. You better know those unders, make unders great again. Wine Time, great to see you. Ragu, oh my goodness, it's always great to share a screen with you. Ramon, SD Living, let's go. Big Boss, man, you were one of my favorites, dog. You were one of my favorites. You guys know me, my man, Moose, Money, Bets.
There it is right there. And Ramon, let them know you always got a lot going on, but just show them how they can get a hold of you.
Well, from the preps to the pros, I've been up all night watching, with that prep coverage. But nonetheless, I think the best place to go to YouTube, the Tony's Picks YouTube channel. I'm there 7 days a week at 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific, giving out free sports picks, and then I'll tell you about all the rest later on. But that's where you'll find me.
There it is. And our guy Wine Time. This is I'm gonna call Wine Time our youngest capper on screen with us. As he's been making his ways through here, and the people want him back every week. He keeps coming back for more and more. And I appreciate it 1,000%, Wine Time. That's just from me to you, buddy. But go for it, Wine Time. Let them know how they get in touch with you.
Yeah, guys. Again, appreciate you guys for having me, man. This is such a fun time, man, to have this platform to come here and talk sports with you guys, man. Anytime you guys want to talk sports, I'm there. So appreciate you guys for always having me. Good to share the screen with you. Big Ragu, DJ, Moose, Ramon. God, man, I've been watching you guys for a while. It's good to be on screen with you guys. It's a good day for college football. Let's go. You can find me Wine Time Sports on Twitter. I post plays usually about every day. It varies. Today I got 7 plays going. Very high volume today, but usually go about 1 to 5 picks a day.
There you go. Now send us off, Big Ragu.
Hey, what can I say? I got to hang out with some of my best friends, new and old. Blast from the past, blast from the future. Wine Time, keep up the good work. Ramon, always a pleasure. Moose, it's been too long. Of course, my big brother on the West Coast, DJ, and my extended family in Georgia. Go Dogs. Go Dogs, baby. Go Dogs.
Big shout out.
See you at the window.
Big see you at the window. Big shout out to Ixnizzle with the dono $4.99. He says we're the best in the biz. I'm a very humble guy, but I'm starting to believe it, man, because the type of cappers that come around us is amazing, man, and I respect and love each and every one of you. Shout out to the chat, North Ender, Jimmy Gomez, Nate Dogg, Noli Knows, Ixnizzle. The list goes on and on and on, but I can't scroll up, and they're warming up the car. I gotta go. So let me send everybody off. Appreciate the dono again, Ix. I appreciate everybody for showing up. It's Who-Bangin Sports, the Boss and the Sauce Show, and we out of here.